Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today. We have so much to discuss, and we are here with Miss Sarah Fraser.
David Yontef. Oh my gosh. Hopefully you can't see the peanut butter and jelly all over my lips. I was just scarfing down a sandwich while you and I were talking business and talking RHOBH, which, the drama this week.
You know what? Everyone always gets so like, why? I mean, I don't really eat on air, but I've seen other podcasters get like slammed for it. It's like, I don't know. We have to eat and we work 24/7. So like, what do you expect?
That is true. But I don't like it when I listen to other people eating or drinking or chewing gum. It is rather distracting.
Well, that's why people don't like it.
Are you into that ASMR trend? Like, I'm not into listening to people eat or put their nails on the microphone. Are you into any of that?
I didn't know, and I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, David, there's another occupation for you. You could be making.
Well, apparently Kelly Dodd says I have the most annoying voice, and yesterday someone left me a review. Tell Sarah Fraser to take it down like 13 decibels. So you have a high voice, and I have an annoying voice, according to Kelly Dodd. I'm just sharing that with you.
You know what? I want to thank all of our wonderful, lovely listeners, but there are some out there that find the need to go to our pages and leave us a 1-star review. I mean, piss off, all the way off. That's what I can say.
Guess what? Nothing is going to change. You can leave a 1-star review all day. I'm running my business how I want to run it. And that's just the reality of the situation for real.
I know.
For real.
Well, I will say this. I did just get a 5-star review from one of our amazing listeners, and it's titled Sarah and David. I don't know what it is. It's like you're in my head with every question I have, and you two answer them. No one covers TLC shows, and now I'm addicted to your 90 Day Fiance. I honestly felt like the three of us were having a conversation. Thank you. So there's a positive.
There's something positive. Now this is not a joke here with Real House. We're going to have to dedicate this whole show to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I have so many thoughts. I mean, where do we begin? Let's just, we talked about it a little bit last week. And by the way, when we record, it's always a week past. That's how we're going to run our business. We have lives here. I'm interviewing real people. So 2 weeks ago, but it's still going on. This whole thing happened with all these things, coming after Jax, Garcelle's son. I mean, now we're learning, listen, where do you want to begin? I mean, now we have bots. Like, do you want to talk about that? Like, I don't know. I'm so like, I know. I'm so overwhelmed. When you're in school and you have to study for a test and it's so much information. I don't know where to begin. I mean, I guess, do we begin with the bot rumor? Like
let's begin with the bots and let's begin with the bots and end with where Miss Lisa Rinna is. And,
And again, I'm going to bring it back to like future casting and what, listen, it's not that I don't want to talk about this. I do want to talk about this, but I like at the end, let's look ahead to the future. What does this mean? That's what I want. That's what I like to focus on. This is not a recap show. What does this mean for Garcelle? What does this mean for Diane as it relates to the show? Again, I stand by, I think Garcelle needs to hire a cybersecurity investigative. I think Bravo should hire a I think there's a lot of people and a lot of things that should be done.
Do you think they're going to do that? Do you think, because wait a minute. I mean, this whole bot rumor got started. It looks like with this guy, Patrick Summers, who we know is a complete liar, right? I mean, how is anyone giving this guy credibility when he made up that he was representing Kathy Hilton, in a prior scuff up that Kathy and Rinna had, and then basically admitted, I actually didn't work for them. He tried to put out this whole PR letter. Then at first he said, this is how confusing and what a liar he was.
Because, he's also saying now that he worked that he worked for Rinna and she didn't pay him and he had to relinquish her as a client. And we're going to get more into that with like the screenshot DMs that apparently are going around, but I didn't mean to cut you off, but right. So I guess we should just deal with Patrick Summers first.
Because from what I read, don't you feel like all this whole bot thing is originating from Patrick Summers, is coming back to Patrick Summers? Because, people began just in the chats or whatever saying, well, Diana Jenkins hired these bots. She's come forward and denied it. Then it was EJ. EJ's denied it. Then Patrick Summers jumps in the mix, says, oh, it was definitely the bots. It was through my agency. I don't put any racist words in there, but I've amped up Lisa Rinna's post. That's why you see. And I mean, look, that's very common. Everybody hires now engagement, because you cannot get engagement on Instagram naturally anymore. They've completely killed it for everybody. So
Instagram can go fuck themselves. They can go fuck
I don't do I do TikTok. I hate Instagram. I would never give them my money. I would never, it's just the worst platform. But
I still do Instagram, but I have to say, I truly am secure in, listen, the downloads for the podcast, which leads to money in my pocket, that doesn't lie. Like, those numbers don't lie. So, right, like if there's 700 likes or 2 likes or 3 comments, I personally don't care. You can make no comments. It's like, my Instagram does not define my self-worth. So I don't give a fuck about the engagement, but go on.
Well, I'm just saying, like, Patrick Summers saying, oh, Rinna hired engagement, likes, follows, all that stuff is not shocking. All these celebrities do, Kim Kardashian. There was a documentary on Netflix a year or 2 ago looking at everybody's celebrities and how much of their following is fake. And they estimated half of Kim Kardashian's followers are all fake bots from somewhere. They just amp up these numbers and it looks good, right? So I just don't get how we've gotten to this huge firestorm of like everybody against each other, and Denise Richards and Kathy and EJ going nuts, Diana suspended from Twitter. I mean, it's like, guys, is this all through Patrick Summers? Like, why is anyone giving this guy any credibility?
It's not giving him any credibility, me. First of all, and it doesn't mean that we're going to get to bots next, but like, look, I feel, right, it is so confusing. The latest and greatest that I took away from his involvement is, first of all, here's where it's like, if anyone is believing this person, I think you're crazy. Look, you always have to go back to like the business decision. Like, why would this person do this? Or look, he wants 15 minutes of fame. I have nothing against him. I don't know him. But when he also comes out and says, I'm going to be at the reunion, first time at sweetheart. You are
That's
not
to me where you
going to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. So calm the fuck on. And why? Now, if this is going to increase your business, and Joe Schmo and Kathy Ho and Lulu Smulu in Kansas and Iowa and Arkansas and Nebraska and London and Paris and Milan, if all these